Ever spot these when you're thrifting or antiquing? I see them all the time, and having never done embroidery myself, I was curious about the differences in the various styles I was seeing and thought you might be too. So come along and let's find out what to know about vintage embroidery. Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to Antiquing Adventures, where I share the vintage treasures I find in thrift stores and antique malls. Thanks for coming on this adventure with me. The term embroidery refers to a variety of ways of decorating fabric with thread, in styles that vary by either the kind of stitch or yarn used. Common types of embroidery can include needlepoint, punch needle, cross stitch, blackwork, or crewel, among others. I'm not going to cover all of these today, just the more common ones you might find in your antiquing adventures. Embroidery dates back to ancient times. In fact, in Greek mythology, embroidery was believed to have been given to humans by the goddess Athena. Generally, traditional embroidery uses embroidery thread to create a variety of stitches, typically on cotton fabric, using a sharp needle. It may or may not follow a specific pattern to create a picture. By contrast, cross stitch is a type of counted embroidery that uses a tapestry needle on woven fabric. It uses only one stitch, an X, and follows a pattern. Crewel embroidery uses a two-ply wool yarn that is thicker, producing a more 3D type of look. The oldest known crewel embroidery is the Bayeux tapestry, made between 1067 to 1070 AD. The 224-foot long piece portrays events leading to the conquest of England by the Duke of Normandy. More recently, crewel embroidery, or crewels as they are sometimes called, had renewed popularity in the 60s and 70s. I've noticed these have become very popular with vintage collectors for their textural quality and bright colors. Right now, these are going anywhere from $20 to $80 on eBay, but if you have a keen eye, you may find one at your local thrift store for much less. Needlepoint dates back to the ancient Egyptians and involves wool yarn on a stiff canvas using a variety of stitches. Needlepoint can be found on pillows, wall hangings, even keychains, and looks similar to tapestry. One particular type of embroidery popular with antique lovers are samplers. Samplers date back to the 16th or 17th century, depending on what source you're looking at, and they were a common way to teach young girls both how to embroider and to help them learn the alphabet. These eventually evolved to include family genealogy and occasionally maps, and became more decorative and elaborate. The value of these pieces depends on age, rarity, and condition. If you think you have an antique sampler, it's probably best to have a professional appraiser determine its value and authenticity if you want the most accurate assessment. Like with other types of crafting skills, embroidery connects us with previous generations who have handed down such traditions. For collectors, the appeal of embroidery is in the detailed handiwork, which, quite frankly, requires more patience than I probably have, so I can appreciate the skill it takes to produce these special pieces. Do you do or collect embroidery? Or maybe you have pieces passed down from relatives who embroidered. If so, share your story in the comments. Also, let me know what vintage treasures you'd like me to feature in the future. If you liked this video, make sure you follow the adventure by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you on my next adventure.